So these are the Gaucho Ninja Carpenter safety boots. And we're gonna review them. This is unsponsored. I've been using them, as you can tell, and we'll talk about how they are, if they're worth buying. So one quick issue that I noticed when I first got them was they leach. So this stain that they put on the leather leaches. So I went outside and I started pressure washing just to try them out. I just wanted to wear them. They started leaching black onto my socks, my white socks. So both on the inside and on the outside when they got wet. Then I washed them with like not a detergent, not even a detergent, just like with water, with warm water, and it leached a ton. And once that happened, they no longer leached. So just be aware that if you're wearing these outside in the rain or in any type of water, you want to wash them beforehand. Otherwise, you will stain your pants as well as your socks and perhaps your feet. Like, I don't know, I don't remember. That was a long time ago. Now here you can see they're well worn. I don't do a ton of manual labor. These are I run I work in a party rental business, and so I don't do a lot, but you can see how they are chipping away. And it's leather, so it makes sense. But when you're paying like $500-600 for safety boots, it really sucks. And I'm trying to point out these flaws, just because there's stuff that I obviously noticed very easily. Like you can see how there's little indents here from the leather, and I don't know how easily resolable this section is. I don't think it is. Um, so you can see like it gets damaged, right? Now the anti-slip coating or whatever they do for the sole is extremely good. I do not slip in these shoes at all. So when I'm climbing a ladder or anything like that with these boots on, it's phenomenal. Now on the inside, they're fairly comfortable. Um, but when I'm walking with these shoes on, my heel, and this is my first time wearing a boot like this, will rub against the back right there. It'll rub right there, and it becomes extremely frustrating. Now, I've started tightening the boots even more to the point where it's like a little achy, and there's no longer that rubbing sensation in the back of the boot on both my feet when I'm lifting them up. So that is actually a really good thing. So once I figured out how to wear these, there's no longer any like rubbing action on along the back, which irritated my heel, which is nice. Overall, putting the boots on super easy, super comfortable. Um, Wearing the boots. Now, if you watched my safety, the Barefoot trainers, my pinky toe would always get like crushed in this bottom corner. These are a size up from what I should be wearing with their measurements, and I don't feel that. So even if my feet are puffy or anything like that from a long day and just inflamed, I don't feel any pinching along the pinky toes along here. Now, one thing to be aware of, because these are more of a barefoot shoe, like they just sit on the ground like this, your feet get tired a lot faster because these are extremely heavy. If I was to put a weight on this, I think this is like 4 pounds. Nah, probably like 3 pounds, 4 pounds. Um, I could weigh them, and actually, let me go ahead and do that. Be right back. Okay, I just came back and I weighed them. So they're about 3.5 pounds combined. So I was right in the sense that they are 3 pounds, but I was wrong in the sense that one of these boots is not 3 pounds. It's like 1.5 pounds, or 1.2 kilos, I think it is. So would I purchase these again at the price point I purchased them at, which was 500 Canadian dollars or so, maybe 600? No, I wouldn't, because I don't think these are going to last me more than like 3 or 4 years, right? This is like 6 months of wear, but not even daily. This like wearing them every like see that gash right there. Now there's the steel right here or the carbonate, and so like it's fine, but they just get run down because these are like work shoes. Now, if you're working in a place that just requires bare like steel toes, but doesn't really require like doing anything with them, you're just like stacking boxes or something, which is demanding as a job, but it's not rough on the boot. These are phenomenal. I would buy them because they would last you 5, 6, 7, 8 years because you're not getting all these scuff marks, all these like kneeling down construction type of work. Like, see how that just ate into it? That is really not ideal. And I don't know if that's a normal problem with leather shoes. I have no idea. But otherwise, the construction on these shoes is really nice. Like, you can see more like scuffs and stuff like that. But like, there's no like fraying, as you could tell on the safety trainer. Some of these like things would fray. This doesn't really have that. Like, you can see just dents into the leather, which is totally normal, I think. Um, but it does get chewed up really quickly if you're using them for the purpose that they're meant for, which is to be on construction sites, stuff like that. They're not really meant for that. So if you work more safe job, like here you can see that's from the buckles right here, like the metal. It's like eating away, oxidizing, I guess. I don't know. But if you were to use these for a warehouse shop, phenomenal boots. Highly recommend them. If you're using them for construction or if you're using them for like hard manual labor, which requires you kneeling down. So like you can see the crease here because I would bend my foot like this. Hold on, I can do it like that because I need to kneel down, right? Crease is fine, but that would mean sometimes going on my toes like this. Rarely, but sometimes I would. Um, Other times it means kicking a beam into place with the steel cap, curling my toes so I don't hit my toes on the steel cap, but like kicking a beam a little bit or kicking a piece of 2x4 or something like that. Um, Overall, I really want to recommend the shoes because I like them. They're really heavy, so your ankles and your feet get very tired. Same with your calves. And they're yeah, like, I can in good conscience recommend these as like a construction person's boots. Warehouse, yes. Anything like that where you just need one, I would highly recommend them. Now, if I didn't get the safety, like the ones with the steel toes, would I get the normal boots for like $400? I think that's what they cost Canadian. It's a lot of money, but probably because you wouldn't be using them like this. You wouldn't be so rough with them. So they'd form way better to your foot and be way lighter. So I would recommend probably the normal boots. I think sizing is super super important, and I'm just gonna show you like how they've been used. Um, and here is my cat. She is also checking out the shoes. Um, yeah, you got to be careful with sizing, right? Mainly because returning these, I'm probably not going to get my refund on my duties because I had to pay duties on these. So these are really expensive when you include like taxes and duties and everything else. If I was to return them and ship them, like get another product shipped to me, I'd have to pay it again unless they did it as a refund return, which I don't know if I'd have to pay, but I might. So yeah, these are the boots. They don't even have a label here. They just have like a little X mark and then the size. If you have questions about the boots, feel free to ask in the comments. If you want to know particulars about this boot, you can also ask. Yeah, I really want to say these are the best, but they're not. Um, yeah, for the price point, if these are 200 or $300, I would say yes, please. These are fucking phenomenal, but they're not. So take that with what you will, and have a great day. Sorry this took so long.